Hello, dear students. How are you today? I hope you are staying safe at home. It's really a good occasion for me to talk about a comparison essay. The question is, what is a comparison essay? In a comparison essay, you compare ideas, people, or other things. You can focus on the similarities between the two items, or you can focus on the differences or both the similarities and the differences. Your goal is to show your reader how these items are similar or different, or what their advantages or disadvantages are. And there are two methods or ways to organize comparison. The first one is called the block method. You develop one subject completely without interruption before describing the second subject. In a block method, you discuss all the similarities together in one block and all the differences together. The second method is called point by point method. Both subjects are presented in each paragraph, so the readers go back and forth between the two subjects. Okay, let's look at the format of the essay. Look at the essay presented on the screen here. You see here the essay consists of 5 paragraphs. The first paragraph is called the introductory paragraph, and the introductory paragraph has 3 parts. The first part is called the hook, which catches the reader's attention, and the second part is connecting information, background information, which connects the reader to the topic. And the last part of the introductory paragraph is the thesis statement. As you see here, imagine imagine life in Tokyo. Now imagine life in a neighboring rural Japanese town. Finally, picture life in Cairo, Egypt. Which of these last two places is more different from Tokyo? Many people might mistakenly choose Cairo because it is not found in Japan. However, city dwellers all over the world tend to have similar lifestyles, so the biggest differences are found between Tokyo and its smaller neighbor. Urban people and rural people, regardless of their country, live quite differently. Perhaps some of the most notable differences in the lives of these two groups include the degree of friendliness between residents, the pace of life, and the variety of available activities. This is called the introductory paragraph. And this introductory paragraph has 3 parts as you know, the hook, connecting information, and the last part is the thesis statement. Look at the thesis statement here. I will read it again. Perhaps some of the most notable differences in the lives of these two groups include the degree of friendliness between residents, the pace of life, and the variety of available activities. This is called a thesis statement. As you say, the function of this statement is to tell the reader the main idea of the whole essay. And this thesis statement is stated, it's stated thesis statement because it's divided into 3 aspects here. The first aspect, the degree of friendliness between residents. The second aspect, the pace of life. And the third aspect, the variety of available activities. And you see here The introductory paragraph begins with an indentation. You should leave a space, short space, at the beginning of the paragraph, of each paragraph. And look at the title before coming into more detail. The title here, The Urban and Rural Divide. This is the title. It means the difference between the city and the countryside, between urban life and rural life. And the title here is written in the middle and it is capitalized, as you see. Let's move to the body of the paragraph. The body of the of the essay is consists of three paragraphs related to the thesis statement, the aspect of the thesis statement. The first paragraph, or body paragraph number one, related to the degree of friendliness between residents. Let us read it. One major difference between growing up in the city and in the country is the degree of friendliness. This is the topic sentence of this paragraph. One major difference between growing up in the city and in the country is the degree of friendliness. And then we come to the to supporting sentences related to the topic here. In large cities, residents often live in huge apartment buildings with hundreds of strangers. These urban apartment dwellers tend to be wary of unknown faces and rarely get to know their neighbor well. The situation in a small town is often just the opposite. Small town people generally grow up together, attend the same schools, and share the same friends. As a result, this is the concluding sentence. As a result, you see here, as a result, comma, rural people are much more likely to treat their neighbors like family and invite them into their homes. This is the body paragraph number one, which is about the degree of friendliness between residents. Let's move to the next paragraph. Next paragraph will be about the pace of life, the speed of life. Another difference is the pace of life. This is the topic sentence. Then we come to supporting sentences related to the topic sentence. In the city, life moves very quickly. The streets reflect this hectic pace and are rarely empty, even late at night. City dwellers appear to be racing to get somewhere important. Life for them tends to be a series of deadlines. In the country, life is much slower, even during peak hours. Traffic jams occur less often than in a city. Stores close in the early evening, and the streets do not come alive until the next morning. The people in small towns or villages seem more relaxed and move in a more leisurely way. The pace of life in these two areas could not be more different. As you see here, this paragraph is about the pace or the speed of life. Let's move to the next paragraph. Next paragraph is about available activities, choice of activities. A third difference lies in the way people are able to spend their free time. Although life in the city has its drawbacks, city dwellers have a much wider choice of activities that they can participate in. For example, they can go to museums, eat in exotic restaurants, attend concerts, and shop in hundreds of stores. The activities available to people in rural area, however, are much more limited. It is rare to find museums or exotic restaurants there. Concert tours almost never include shops in country towns. Finally, people who enjoy shopping might be disappointed in the small number of stores. These are the paragraphs of the body of the essay. Let's move to the concluding paragraph. Number five, or paragraph number five is the concluding paragraph. Let's read it. Life in urban areas are life in rural areas vary in terms of human interaction, pace of life, pace of life, and daily activities. Other important differences exist too, but none of these makes one place better than the other. The places are simply different. Only people who have experience living in both the city and the country can truly appreciate the unique characteristics of each. In the concluding paragraph, the writer here restates the thesis statement in different words, and he gives his final comment about the topic. He says that only people can appreciate the characteristics of each, the city and the country. So, in the concluding paragraph, the writer restates the thesis statement in different words, but not exactly the same, and he gives his final comment and opinion about the urban life and rural life. Let us review what I've just said. The topic of the essay, the differences between urban life and rural life, and this essay, the writer's purpose is to compare and contrast life in two locations. And the thesis statement, as I just said, perhaps some of the most notable differences in the lives of these two groups include the degree of friendliness between residents, the pace of life, and the variety of available activities. And as you see here, dear students, in each paragraph, the urban life is always discussed first, then the rural life. In paragraph number four or number three, the writer contrasts the pace of life in two areas. And in paragraph number four, he talks about the activities in each area. As you see here in the city, life moves very quickly. The streets reflects the hectic place and are really empty even late at night. City dwellers appear to be racing to get somewhere important. Life for them tends to be a series of deadlines. But in the country, life is much slower, even during peak hours. Traffic jam occur less often than in the city, and the stores close in the early evening, and people in small villages seem more relaxed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we come to the end of this discussion. Thank you so much for watching.
ماشي.